Next, I want to introduce my friend Ann Cockrum. Ann works on a tool called God Tools, and she has an amazing training created within that app to train somebody to share the gospel online. So it's not only an evangelistic tool, it can be a discipleship tool as well. Ann, take it away.
Greetings from Florida. So glad to be here with you tonight. Like Cheryl said, God Tools is an app designed to help someone share their faith. It's got 10 tools on it, and 6 of those are different ways to share the gospel message, and it's currently available in 84 languages. But as she said, tonight we're looking at training someone at a distance to share their faith, possibly at a distance. And the tool that I want to start with is called Teach Me to Share. You can see it on that last screen, Simon, that it's the black tool that you see there with the 2 coffee cups. And now you can go to the next slide. This is the first page of that tool that's also available in a web format at knowgod.com. So this is the web view of Teach Me to Share on knowgod.com. You'll notice in the top left, there's a drop-down menu for the language. This tool is available in 15 languages. And then on the right, there's a share icon. So you can use this, the share icons on every screen in the app as well, to send a link, and you can talk through it with someone on the phone or whatever way you want to communicate with them. Let's go to on this next screen. You'll see that whether it's the first time or the 20th time, we know that sharing your faith can bring feelings of uncertainty and anxiety. How do I begin? How will they respond? Will I say the right thing? I think we can all relate to this feeling, and it really is our prayer and hope that as people work through this tool, they will gain some confidence in getting started and having these important conversations. You'll see on the right side that those are some of the topics that are covered in this tool. When we were designing it and the app in general, we were thinking of someone that we named Bahati. She is a Christian who wants to share her faith, but she doesn't know how. And so we knew that in order to help her, we were going to have to help her know what to say to transition to those kinds of conversations. So that's what we'll look at next. I've highlighted one of the sample conversation starters that you might use for a family member. And Sarah is, in this scenario, Sarah is wanting to share with her brother Paul. And let's just imagine in these days that she's texting with Paul, just in a normal conversation, but it's on her heart to try to get into a spiritual conversation. She could use this transition. Hey, Paul, I know, she could text this to him. Hey, Paul, I know that God's really important in my life, but I don't actually know what you think about him. I'd love to know a little more. Would you be willing to share with me? Now, we can't control what Paul's going to say or when he's going to say it, but Sarah has what she needs to, if he does respond and says, yeah, she could pick up the phone and call him right then. They could set up a FaceTime or a Google Hangout, or maybe they could sit apart at the park in these days, but she could listen to him and learn where he's coming from. And then when it's her time, she could say, thank you so much for sharing. I have this great app that shares really clearly about what I believe. May I share it with you? I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. So whatever tool it is, whether it's the God Tools app or what your favorite tool, you could just adapt it for your situation. But is there anyone you can think of that would benefit from that kind of, you could practice that kind of conversation with them and help them think of someone to reach out to? Now, just as you could train them to get into spiritual conversations, you can use this platform to share how to share a gospel conversation. And these are all the tools that are available in the app and online. You can see Teach Me to Share down there at the bottom. And then I'm going to look at Knowing God Personally. You may be familiar with that tool. On the left is the app view. On the right is the web view. As you can see again in the top right, both have share icons. So you could have any multiple combination of someone on their phone, someone on their website, and you could train someone how to walk through this tool. As you know, in order to get good at something, we have to practice. So modeling this by practicing it with someone over the phone would be really a good idea. And then help them think of somebody to share it with and see how it goes. And then on the next screen, I just wanted to bring to your attention that any of these tools that I've talked about can be embedded on your personal website or your organization's website. If you want a gospel presentation, you can embed any of them, and you can get a code for that by going to godtoolsapp.com. This is an example of the Boiling Waters ministry, which is in the Philippines. They've chosen to put the 4 on their website. So it's just a simple way to make the gospel message available to the people who are coming to your site online. Again, that's just by going to godtoolsapp.com. None of these ideas are super technical. Just give it a try. So I hope you can think of somebody that you could train or share with online.